What is going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to the stream. So Bitcoin is getting some rejection just above $12,000 here on Coinbase. So we're pulling back a little bit. We still have this upward sloping support line here that could be acting as support in the near term. But, you know, we had this descending triangle breakdown, came back up to retest that 11,300 mark that we were talking about yesterday in the stream. Got some rejection, you know, just above that. Pulled back and actually created some lower highs, retesting 12,000 now, getting some rejection off of 12,000. So it's getting interesting, guys. If we're looking at the higher time frames, looking at the 4-hour, looks like we could be potentially forming a bit of a lower high here, guys. So there's a lot of downside. The momentum in the market has definitely shifted, guys. The selling pressure is beginning to increase. And personally, I do think that this is our at least our local top for now. But overall, looking at it from, you know, the higher time frames, you know, it would not be a surprise here, guys, for this to be a bit of a longer term top, right? Retesting prices at least $9,500 in my opinion, if you've been watching the videos I've been releasing recently. What is up, guys? Welcome back to the stream. Good to see you all here. I see the caretakers here. Andy's here. What's up, guys? Jake coming in with the 2. Jake B, thank you so much for that donation. Much appreciated, my man. So we'll see. We are finding, you know, we did get a lot of support from 10,000, let's go to the 1 hour. So we did get a nice bounce of 10,300. So we're kind of just chopping around now in this range, but it looks like we are forming a bit of a lower high. You know, we did not really get that follow through from the bulls that I would have liked to see for a continued push. But we'll see. You know, there is a chance that we continue, you know, we could find support at 11,500, which is the price I'm looking at right now to potentially get support. But we'll see. We're coming up on that right now, guys. It'll be probably just below 11,500. Maybe closer to 11,400. Just going with these higher lows right here, guys. We'll see if we can actually catch some support on this pullback, or if we fall through. We'll see how it goes. Also looking at Ethereum sitting at $300 right now. The 100 EMA here on the, let's go to the 12 hour. That's a 6 hour chart. Pretty good support indicator here, the 100 EMA on the 6 hour, finding support just off that. And that'll be you know, a pretty clear sign. If we break below the 100 EMA on the 12 or the 6 hour, then that'll be a pretty big bearish indicator for me, at least. So we'll see if we can hold above 11,500. Looking at the 21 exponential on the 30-minute right now, that is where we're finding support at the moment. Right here, guys. So Litecoin also hitting that 100 EMA here on the 12 hour, which has been a pretty good support indicator in recent times here for Litecoin. Pretty decent support indicator. It's pretty much you know, if you cross below this, the 100 EMA on the 12 hour, that'll be a pretty big bearish indicator in my opinion. But we are holding above that for now, guys. We're holding above that for now. What is up, guys? Yeah, welcome to the stream. The caretaker says gently cross the likes. Yeah, guys, if you haven't smashed that like button, definitely do so. Someone says V-chain pump. Mikey says, I have a buy order at 9,500. Think I should increase to 10, not asking for financial advice. Well, we'll see, guys. We'll see. I mean, personally, I would have liked to see more volume here. In my opinion, we didn't necessarily get the necessary volume for, you know, continue push to the upside. I don't think we got that. So I would expect this to be a bit of a lower high, but we'll see, guys. I mean, if we hold above 11,500, there is a chance that we could actually continue this bounce to the upside, and we'll see how we fare from there. Also let's check out XRP. Also finding decent support here. This is a pretty big moment for XRP as well. Definitely going to want to hold above that that 38-cent level, just below 39 cents. It's pretty critical for XRP right now here on Coinbase. You're going to need to hold this, otherwise you would most likely be testing down to 35 cents or lower, in my opinion. So let's see how much support's coming in here. Getting a little bit of support here, not as much as you would really, is what I would like to see. I think it's likely that we might continue the pullback, but we'll see. Bulls need to create some follow through here. You know, if we fall below this upward sloping support line, then that's a pretty big indicator that this is definitely, well, not definitely, but it's a pretty big indicator that this would be a lower high. So we definitely need to hold above this upward sloping support line right here, guys. If we fall below that, I would say it's likely that this is indeed our local top. So we don't know for sure yet if this is the actual local top, guys, but it is pretty likely in my opinion. Yeah, looking at the Binance chart, we had a bit of a falling wedge here. Broke out of that to the upside. Retested 12,000. Of course, guys, on Coinbase, it was more of a descending triangle. But that could have had something to do with the exchange being shut down. But nonetheless, it is a descending triangle, in my opinion. Horizontal lows, lower highs, breakdown. Retested that... So, yeah, we retested 11,500, got rejection. So, 11,500 is going to be pretty critical at the moment, guys. We got to hold above 11,500 if we want to keep this move, if we want to remain bullish here. So, if we fall below 11,500, fall below this upward sloping support line, I would say it is very likely that this is a lower high, and we would be in for some more downside. So, this is a pretty critical moment in general. So let's see if we can get that support. Sherwood coming in with the 2 says, Kevin, is 9,500 in play? I think it is. I think it is, but we'll see. I mean, if we get a nice bounce off this area, I mean, let's look at the higher time frames, guys. Let's look at the higher time frames. I mean, from the 3-day. Let me actually just bring up another. I don't want to remove all my lines. Let's look at, like, the 3-day right now looks extremely bullish. It looks like we could definitely get some continuation on the 3-day, right? So, you know, if we can hold this level and we can break above 12,000 and keep this momentum, you know, it's still, you know, there's still a lot of selling pressure, a lot of downside pressure, but if we can break above this 12,000 mark and, you know, keep, you know, really hold above 11,500, you know, then yes, we could see some more upside, and then 9,500 would not be in play in the short term. But, you know, personally, I think it is more likely that we do find a lower high here. I could be wrong. And if we do, 9,500, I think is very likely to be in play. Jesus, what is up, dude? Welcome back to the channel. Total Bullying, nice to see you. Bartek, what's up, man? Bartek says, hi, I would rule out 12.5K. So you're saying you don't think we'll make it back up to 12.5? Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of resistance there, guys. A lot of resistance, you know, again, above that 12,000 level. I think it's going to be tough. I think, you know, it is. I think, in my opinion, it is more likely that we do break down from here. But we'll see if we can get enough momentum as we push above 12,000. Then from a higher time frame perspective, nothing would be stopping us from getting another extension up to, you know, maybe 15,000, which would be an epic move. But we'll see. So again, the reason why I'm looking at 9,500 is really just because, I mean, this would keep us within the parabolic trajectory, right? And I think, you know, basically a max pullback would be about 9,500, and we have been bouncing around, you know, hitting support, hitting resistance, hitting support, hitting resistance. It would make sense to me for us to at least test 9,500, you know, and see if we can maintain this trajectory. But you know, there's a chance that we don't. Really, all I just want to see 9,500 get tested to see if we can find good support to maintain a longer-term parabolic move, because it is getting pretty vertical here, guys, getting pretty toppy. I would like to get a reset if this move was going to continue, rather than just getting an insane blow off top, upwards of 15, 17,000. I would rather reset, find support, continue up that way. I think that's what would be most healthy, but what I want doesn't really matter. So we'll see what Bitcoin decides to do. What is up, guys? We got 100 people watching. Definitely smash those likes if you haven't already, and subscribe if you haven't subscribed. Can you check out Litecoin? We were just looking at it before. We are getting some support off the 100 EMA here on the 12-hour. So this is going to be a pretty big indicator. Litecoin needs to find support right now, guys. Litecoin really needs to find support here. If we fall below the 100 EMA, in my opinion, that will be a very bearish indicator. And it looks like we're not finding all that much support for Litecoin right now, on Coinbase at least. Not finding all too much support for Litecoin right now. It is looking quite bearish, but we'll see. It's really all up to Bitcoin, I think, right now. If Bitcoin can find good support and blow above 12,000, then Litecoin would most likely find some good support as well. And this would just be a nice dip for reaccumulation and continue up. But, this 12,000 mark is going to be playing a pretty key role in the short term for Bitcoin. Again, we're looking at this upward sloping support line. If we fall below the upward sloping support line, then likely I would think we would be confirming a bit of a lower high, and that this is likely the top for Bitcoin. So we'll see. So really, it's this upward sloping support line in 11,350 or so is this level I'm looking at right now. That's pretty critical for me at the moment. We did get support off of 11,500 in the short term. Rebel says chart guys are funny. Yeah, we're all pretty big nerds. It's true. Andrew Adams says, I've been waiting to short since 5K. Total Bullying says it's not even 6 a.m. here yet, and you're already live streaming. Yes. I do think that this could be the formation of a lower high, guys. That is why I'm live streaming right now. So we'll see how we fare as we come up. Pretty critical support level, 11,300 to 11,500. If you're a bull, you're going to want to remain above this, but we'll see. Arun Hampshire says, hard to believe it was only last November watching your live streams as Bitcoin was plummeting to 3K. Yes, it is pretty absurd, isn't it? I mean, this is Bitcoin, though. Expect the unexpected. Yeah, I mean, this run, guys, is very different. It's very different. I mean, this parabolic move, or this, parabolic advance that Bitcoin experienced in 2016, 2017 was very elongated. It was more of a discovery phase for Bitcoin, in my opinion. Let's go to the log scale chart. I mean, this was really the discovery phase for Bitcoin, guys. Bitcoin hit 1,200. This is like, people started to hear about it here, pulled back, Bitcoin's a scam. And then slowly there was a discovery phase really for Bitcoin, and people started realizing what it was, and slowly the ICO mania phase started to pick up, and then we just hit the news cycles, flipped to 20,000, had a total blow off top here, guys, and started to pull back. The market was definitely a little bit artificially held above 6,000, or at the 6,000 level, Tether, so on and so forth. Ended up getting a nice dump here. I mean, we this dump, this pump, really just unexpected for a lot of market participants, I think. I think so. I don't think this is really what people expected, but it is what it is. But, guys, we could be forming a larger scale parabolic move right now, right? Because this to me is a little bit it's a little bit premature. It's a little bit too much velocity right now. I would say that likely we could be creating a larger scale parabolic move right now, right? So we could be finding a bit of a blow off top, and we might, you know, trade sideways for a bit, have some big swings in between, find a nice low, and continue up, right? We'll see. That's just what I think is most likely right now. It's a pretty speculative idea, but that is what I think is most likely at the moment. Would be that Bitcoin would most likely, if we're not going to just completely extend up right now, or can maintain the parabolic trajectory, I would say we would most likely get some big. This is terrible drawing, but we'd most likely be creating a larger scale parabolic move. You know, most likely similar to Bitcoin's history here. Of course, there's a lot of analysts out there that think we're going to get some massive B wave correction. I am pretty skeptical about that, guys. I don't think so. Don't think so. I mean, the supply of Bitcoin just gets bought up over time, so it's just the amount of Bitcoin available to trade gets, you know, eaten up over time. So I think Bitcoin should remain on a long-term growth pattern. I think it's likely. But looking at the volume here, I think we definitely need to reset a little bit, find some good volume for a more long-term parabolic move. But we'll see, guys. Pulling back now a little bit. Oh, I'm missing chat, guys. Missing chat. Hold up. The caretaker says fiat orders lined up and ready to roll in if we break down. That's good, guys. Always have a plan. Kevin Sorbo says, Kevin, what is up, dude? Let's see here. Christopher Doyle, what's up? He says, averaging in at the moment. Christopher Doyle is buying that dip. Barkley says, interesting theory I've heard from someone, top 20K is the top of descending triangle. Oh, yeah, yeah. I was actually talking about that in my past couple streams. Yeah, I mean, like, it's possible that we're entering some sort of massive trading range. I was talking about this in my stream as well. I mean, who knows? Who knows, guys? It's quite possible. I mean, the thing is, the way that Bitcoin has rallied here is very unlike a lot of the other rallies in its past. So, obviously, you know, things are changing. This market is changing. It's evolving. So the way that the price is going to behave is going to be different than in the past. There's just a lot more people involved with this right now. A lot more people are involved in trading this market right now than there were, you know, when Bitcoin was at, you know, $1,200 to $200. It's a little bit of a different market now, guys. So expect, you know, a little bit different behavior. You know, I have heard people talk about this, you know, that we're in a large scale descending triangle. It is quite possible, but I guess we'll see. I guess we'll see. That would be really nice for traders. It'd be really nice for traders. It'd be bad for hodlers, but it'd be really nice. It would be an awesome environment for the traders, guys. It would provide insane opportunity for traders if this was the case. It would actually be kind of awesome. All right, so we'll see if Bitcoin can maintain support on this upward sloping trend line. Looking at the 30-minute here. And again, if we do fall below this, I would say that it's likely that we have confirmed a bit of a top, a bit of a local top. It's likely, not, 100%, just likely, not a financial advisor. But, if we break above 12,000 from a higher time frame perspective, let's go to the 3-day. That would mean that we would be getting some really nice momentum to the upside. If we get above 12,000 and break back above this parabolic resistance line that I have mapped out, then we could see another extension up, right? And some shorts would really get liquidated at that point, right? But we'll see, guys. Shorts are probably stacking into the market right now, most likely. Schwartz says it can pump like this when Tether prints over 1.8 billion. Yes, guys, Tether is definitely. I mean, guys, again, you can, a lot of people complain about Tether, and I'm guilty of it too. I'm guilty of complaining about Tether as well. But do you want these swings or do you not want these swings? I want these swings. These swings are fun, right? So you can't. I mean, even though the market's totally manipulated, if you're a trader, it's great. It's great. It's like they're paying for your trades. Sebastian says, looks like a dead cat bounce to me. Andrew Adams says, where did all the Tether FUD go? LOL. I'm starting to embrace it, to be honest. I used to talk so much crap about Tether. I was calling it, a scam, basically a fraud, like a year ago or more. But I'm starting to realize there's not much I can do about it, and I might as well just embrace the swings that it provides. Jasper says we won't see sub 10K ever. A few people predicting 9,500, says Michael. Guys, let me know where you're tuning in from. Let me know where you're at. Michael Art says, can you imagine a B wave happening, my lord? We all skip the moon and go to Mars directly. I'm pretty doubtful of the B wave, but we'll see. I think that descending triangle idea is much more likely, than a B wave to lower lows. I would say, a descending triangle formation in the long term is a lot more likely than a B wave correction, I mean, this is like a trader's market right now. All day tomorrow says I'm shorting. Edward Park, what is up, dude? Welcome to the stream. Good to have you here. Says good morning. Good morning, Edward. Andrew Adams says this Bitcoin chart looks like some of the obvious pump and dumps that happened to smaller altcoins on shorter time scales. Could be. I mean, yeah, that's like past few streams I've been thinking about this. It is likely, or not likely. It is possible if we can't find necessary volume in the long term, if we can't find significant support on a major pullback for a continued parabolic move, then something like this would become a lot more likely. But still very speculative idea, I don't know. I'm not going to rely on that just now. Not just yet. So we're watching to see if Bitcoin can remain above this upward sloping support line, guys. And if we can't, that would be a pretty big indication of a lower high forming. If we fall below that 11,300 range, I would say we would likely get some more of a pullback at that point. If we can remain above it, then it's possible that we do indeed create another parabolic extension upwards of possibly 15,000. So we'll see. So let's see where you guys at. We got people from Netherlands, Amsterdam, Maryland, UK, Israel, Denmark, Australia, Orange Country, California. Andrew Adams says, have you ever heard of Dribbit, such a better exchange than big names? Such a better exchange than the big names. I have heard of it because I watch Crown's Crypto Cave, so I've definitely heard of it a lot. I don't use it though. Look at XMR. Let's see. I think I have XMR pulled up here. So yeah, the guys, this is getting pretty interesting here. Well, the 21 exponential on the 1 day here. This is for Monero. It's looking. I mean, from this perspective here, I mean, we usually find support off the 21 exponential. We have had some fake outs below, so we could be seeing something like that now. But of course, guys, I mean, with the way that things are playing out with Bitcoin, there's a lot of downside pressure, a lot of selling pressure taking place right now. This is Binance XMR to USDT. Should probably bring up another exchange. Yeah, I mean, so guys, it's pretty simple, you know. Right now, a lot of these coins are doing a very similar thing, right? They're just retesting these previous consolidation ranges, previous resistance points, previous support areas right here, right? So you have this area, you know, where the price, you know, found some resistance, some support, you know, a bit of a consolidation area here at that $100 mark. So we had a bit of a, could be a shooting star formation right here, guys. Could be a shooting star, which would be an indication of a pullback. But yeah, guys, I mean, for XMR, consolidation range, support area, you know, previous support going to be acting as a bit of resistance right now. So we'll see. So, you know, you got to hold above. I mean, really, you got to hold above $88, $89. But we'll see. I mean, this is it. This is, you know, if you cross this point, you could see some nice upside, upwards of $150. This previous support area, this previous resistance area. The price has been able to chop through this area pretty freely. You did get resistance though at 120, but if you can get enough momentum, I would say upwards of 150 or so, maybe 100 and 140. I never like to get too specific with price points and say it must be this exact price, because it's never going to be the exact price that you think it is. So I like to keep it slightly general. That's just my style, guys. Maddie Moon says, Ripple is currently working the big boys at that G20. Patience. Well, hopefully, guys, because XRP, you know, there's a lot of people holding bags on XRP right now. A lot of accumulation that's taking place on XRP. A lot of people are holding XRP. So Ripple better get something going. The caretaker says, Dribbit rocks. He's talking to Andrew. I have my main account there. It's been good. Better than DGen platform on BitMEX. Kevin, when should I buy? A bit of an inside joke there. I'm gonna throw you a mod because you've been here for a long time now. Just don't do anything stupid. Steph is from Belgium. Good to have you here. Let's check out Bitcoin again. See if we are creating that lower high. It's very possible at this point, guys. We have the buy side volume is starting to decrease. We're starting to get an increase in sell volume, but we need to, we need to find that support just above 11,300 if we are going to maintain and break above 12,000. So we'll see. Coming up on critical support right now, in my opinion. We'll see how we fare. Wuzah says 11,500 bid wall a stamp. Imri Costa says, I wonder what is really going on with this price. Are we going lower again? Or what is going on? Well, I wish I had a crystal ball. Personally, I think we're creating a bit of a lower high here, guys. I think the trend is reversing at this point. I think we're getting a reversal of momentum here. There's a lot of, we had a lot of selling pressure come in up at 14,000. I think it's going to be extremely difficult for the price to get back above 14,000 at this point. Although if you're looking at higher time frames, it definitely looks possible. But we got some really nice resistance here. And if you're looking at, the 4-hour chart, it looks like it's most likely not going to happen, but we'll see. Again, if you can hold above the 11,300 mark, 11,500 mark, and pop above 12,000, then yes, it becomes possible that we do. But right now, it doesn't look like it to me. But we'll see. Pretty interesting moment right now for Bitcoin. We got 167 people watching, guys. Definitely smash that like button. Also, subscribe if you haven't done so. Much appreciated to all you guys out there tuning in. Jared says, thank you so much for providing the stream. Yeah, no problem, guys. No problem. All Day Tomorrow says, yo, Ledger X has CTFC approval. Kevin, where are you at? What do you mean? Caretaker. Yeah, it's definitely smash the screen, guys. Smash the keyboard, smash the screen for sure. Greetings from Philippines. Smash your face. Guys, just smash everything. Smash the buttons. Just click a button. Doesn't matter what button it is. Just smash a button and then smash your keyboard. Plan a trade and trade a plan if you want the long-term success. Absolutely. So we have this this is really a critical point. The previous resistance areas right here definitely needs to start acting as a bit of support if the bulls want to maintain this momentum to the upside. We need to hold above this area, guys. 11,300, 11,500. We need to find a bit of a bounce here if the bulls want to maintain this. If we start falling below this area, it definitely gets a little bit more bearish. Ethereum still testing that 300 mark. Bouncing off the 100 EMA right now, guys. So this is going to be a pretty critical point as well. Litecoin also sitting at the 100 EMA on the 12-hour here. And going to be very critical. If you fall below that, I would say it's a pretty bearish indicator. But if we can remain above it, then we should be seeing a nice bounce. I mean, we got some rejection. Andrea says, Crown said anything above 12.3K, we can look into a reversal to the bullish side. Yeah, I mean, I mean, it's quite possible. Again, I mean, in my opinion, it really just got to get about a 12,000 psychological 12,000 number. If you get above 12,000, then you'll most likely see some momentum to the upside, um, and at least retest, you know, like 13,000. I mean, guys, we've just been blowing through these whole. Dude, it's been a whole number game. It has been a whole number game this entire time. You know, you had that resistance just around 4,000, break above 4,000. You came up to 6,000, started finding resistance. Once you got above 6,000, you moved straight up to 8,000, got some resistance of 8,000, popped up to 9,000, got some resistance of 9,000, pulled back below 8,000. You know, came all the way up to 10,000. I mean, from 12 hours perspective, we kind of just moved straight through that. You know, got some resistance just around 11,000 here. Moved through that, got rejected just below 14,000. It's been a whole number game, guys. It really has. Yeah, most of your resistance came in at the 11,000 mark, moved up through that. You know, got that resistance at 13,000. Moved up to 14,000, just below 14,000. Blazed Frag says we're still bullish. Yes, we are still. I mean, technically we are still bullish as we're remaining above 11,300, 11,500, and we have this, you know, some higher lows going for us. Technically, we are forming lower highs across the board on the 1 hour chart. On the 4 hour chart, we also have lower highs here. On the 12 hour chart, we also have a bit of a lower high here. Not totally confirmed just yet. You know, from a higher time frame though, guys, everything is very, I mean, it's still, you know, we're still bullish, right? But it's looking like we could be finding some good resistance here at the parabolic resistance line that I have mapped out. You know, we had a bit of a blow off top, finding resistance again at that resistance point that I've had mapped out in my videos, guys. If you haven't checked the videos, definitely do so. Stay tuned for those videos in the future as well. Definitely subscribe if you haven't done so. But yeah, again, guys, we could be pulling back to 10,000, 9,500. I think it's quite likely if we do get a pullback, guys. And this parabolic trajectory could still be well maintained, and we could still be bullish in the long term. Maybe a short-term pullback before a parabolic reset in the continuation. But we'll see, guys. The caretaker. Very accommodating. Very accommodating. It's great to have you here. Yes, guys, definitely check out the Twitter. Is this my Twitter? Yeah, I've been posting stuff like this recently. Like, we might see correction soon at 13,500. Definitely check out the Twitter. I mean, I'm not huge on Fibonacci personally, but I mean, pretty self-explanatory. I mean, right now we're actually testing what, the 50% retrace. I mean, we found support just above the 236, bounced off that a little bit, moved straight through to the 382, which came in just below 10,000. I mean, actually, maybe I don't have this mapped out perfectly. So yeah, really 9,500 would be a retest of the 382 and then getting a bounce off that, right? So it is a pretty good downside target, in my opinion. It goes along with the parabolic trajectory as well. But yeah, I mean, we got rejection off the golden retrace, guys, right? Got rejection right off the golden retrace. Pulled back, getting some, finding some resistance now at the 50% retrace. In my opinion, if we pull back to the 382 and got a bounce off that, that'd be an extremely healthy move for Bitcoin to continue being bullish, right? If we continue up from here, I think it would be difficult to maintain momentum. If we kind of just move straight back up and move to, the pullback would be extremely harsh. Now is our chance really for the market to get a healthy correction and maintain the bullish momentum to the upside. So we'll see. It's more quieter in here. It's more comfortable to understand, it seems. Yeah, I keep it pretty relaxed, guys. I keep it pretty relaxed. I mean, it's kind of a mix. It's slightly intense. I like to go live during price movements and keep it relaxed at the same time. Michael R says, I mentioned it many times, but you should really check out the salary payment dates and compare them with the Bitcoin chart. That's interesting. Huh. Well, it might have less to do with people getting paid and more to do with the exchanges knowing that people got paid. Four Beach, what's up, too? Says, loving the return to a lot more live streams. Yes, guys. Starting to do more lives. It's getting quite interesting here. We were just on a parabolic swing. Now it's, people weren't really watching me. So I had to wait for a major pullback to make my return. JB says, Bitcoin is just chilling by the barbecue for summer before going apeshit in the autumn. Looks like we are finding support here, guys. Looks like we are finding a bit of support. We'll see if we can get back above that 12,000 mark. And if we fall below, definitely a very bearish sign in my opinion. It's a pretty big decision point at the moment, guys. Personally, I'm leaning more to the downside, but we will see. We really need to find that support now. We are all bulls in the matrix trying to avoid bears. If not fight with them, we will prevail. I mean, you guys, you can't avoid the bears. You can't avoid the bulls. This is markets, guys. You wouldn't be able to make money if there weren't bears. Bears wouldn't be able to make money if there weren't bulls. You should hope to run into them. Andrew Adams says, Kevin, in your opinion, how much do you think exchanges are involved in price manipulation? Fairly involved. Fairly involved, guys. I mean, the distribution of Bitcoin ownership, it's, exchanges own a large portion of Bitcoin. Just go look at the top 100 wallet addresses, guys. Go look at the top 100 wallet addresses. You can see that exchanges are very big owners of Bitcoin. Meat Business says, long-time watcher Kevin. Good to have you here, dude. He says, thanks for channel. Also, I think a fellow same state resident, I believe. Curious to see what your last purchase price. Well, guys, I only do. Well, I reserve that for my Patreon, guys. What do you think of DCA? Let's see, going through chat real quick. Looks like we are getting a bit of a bounce back here. We'll see if we can, we really need some follow through from the bulls at this point. If we can just extend above 12,000, then the bulls could keep this momentum, right? And then we would actually be, potentially creating, another extension on the higher time frame, right? And if we can do that, if we can break above this resistance again, I would say we'd be likely seeing, 15,000, 17,000. It's always hard to tell when you get these parabolic extensions like that. But again, I don't know. I would say it's more likely that we are forming a lower high here. We might just chop around here for a bit before what I think to be getting a pullback. But again, guys, I could be wrong. I could be wrong. Sigurdur says, just arrived. Did anyone ask you about Tone Vay's interview with Ugly Old Goat yesterday? No, I didn't watch that. Now, potential recase of 3K low. I don't know, guys. I don't know about that. Revving We Go says, come on, 12K. I can't do another bear winter. Yeah, if we could break above 12,000, we should see some nice moves to the upside, guys. Get above that whole number. This market loves whole numbers. Front running whole numbers, 10,300, 13,800. 1024 says a bunch of channels are saying tether printing has contributed to sharp spike in price. What are your thoughts? I think it's very likely, but it's providing an incredible opportunity. So I don't really care all too much. I mean, tether could ruin the reputation for this market, right? I mean, like, it could be damaging. I should say it could be damaging the reputation of this market. But at the same time, it does provide insane opportunity, right? It does provide insane opportunity. Guys, I'm probably going to end the stream pretty soon. We'll see, though. We're coming back up to test this. I want to see how we fare at the 12,000 mark. Yeah, we could be trading sideways for a little bit, and if we do that, if we start moving sideways here, guys, I think it's a lot more likely that we do pull back. I mean, the bulls really need to keep the momentum up in order to get this thing to continue to the upside. Again, I think it is likely that we have a lower high forming here, but we'll see. I mean, we'll find out very soon. Find out very soon. Shout out to the 190 people watching right now. Definitely smash that like button if you haven't already. Going to be doing more live streams in the near future. Gary Toy says, any idea why none of the alts is following BTC like they did in the last bull run? I mean, really, like, people, I mean, there's a lot of trust for Bitcoin, guys. It has a history. It's a decade old. Institutions are a lot more comfortable getting into Bitcoin. There's a lot more, there's just mass adoption for Bitcoin, guys. You know, in terms of cryptocurrencies, Bitcoin does have mass adoption. For the crypto market, Bitcoin is the most mass adopted crypto of all. You know, like, it's just... I mean, when, you know... Why aren't the alts running like BTC in the last bull run? Well, this also isn't really like the last bull run, guys. This is the way that the price is moving right now is not really like the last bull run. I mean, I don't have a simple answer for that, but you guys, I was expecting them to pop though. You know, in the video, the 10,000 barrier, I was talking about how it was likely that we would get a resistance break if Bitcoin broke out, and some of the top altcoins did get that, but I know the answer to your question. Any idea why none of the alts is following BTC like they did in the last bull run? Well, because not only was this the discovery phase for Bitcoin, this was also the ignorance phase for Bitcoin and cryptocurrencies in general. You know, money was just being pumped into everything because nobody knew what was good and what was. It was just a total bubble, right? This was a bit of a discovery. This was like the discovery phase for Bitcoin and the ignorance phase where people were just buying Bitcoin with absolutely no idea what they were buying. And they were doing that with altcoins as well. And, you know, that's why alts were pumping, guys. There was just it was a mania phase, right? Now the market is a little bit smarter now. The market's a little bit smarter now. People aren't just pumping shit coins anymore because they know there's literally no value. You might as well just pull a slot machine, you know? So the market is just getting smarter now. That's how I would answer that question. Market's getting smarter, less shit coins are being pumped. Machine learning, yo, Kev is my favorite bear. Barkley says, it's possible some alts won't be able to recover after they've lost so much BTC value. Yeah, a lot of alts are done. A lot of alts are done, guys. FutureX says, the big companies will create their own cryptocurrencies as Facebook has done. They do not need to use Facebook or the current ones. Quite possible, but that really wouldn't like make sense though if you think about it. If every company just released their own currency, that wouldn't really work. It wouldn't work. There has to be, you know, I mean, currencies have to be like adopted by a large portion of the population in order to make it, in order for it to actually be a currency that can be used, right? So it wouldn't make sense. I mean, I could see like utility blockchains being published by big companies for certain services and so on and so forth. That's very likely to happen. But in terms of a currency, I don't think big companies are just going to be all releasing their own currencies. There would be no value there, but we'll see. What do you think about Tone Vays? I think he has an interesting opinion. I like to watch Tone Vays. Hamad says they have the price. They have the price of those alts with Bitcoin. Let's see. Yeah, again, guys, we're coming up on 12,000 again. We could be forming yet another lower high below this last resistance, and at that point, that would be a pretty bearish indicator. If we fall below this upward sloping resistance line, and if we fall below 11,350, 11,300. I would say it's very likely that we just created a local top, and I would say from a larger timescale perspective, it's very likely that we would be getting a much stronger pullback, possibly retesting 9,500 before a reset to continue bullish. But again, we'll see how we fare as we come back to what I believe to be this is the downside target right now. We'll see, if we can get that next push, or if it fails. It's quite possible that it also fails. We'll see. But right now, my downside target is 9,500 or so. 9,500 to 10,000 really. And we were just looking at that with the fibs there. It would be a perfect touch on the 382. Right. I mean, this this parabolic support line. If we pulled back, it would be a great point to reset and continue parabolic, or not necessarily continue parabolic, but just get a nice bounce. And maybe create a larger scale parabolic trajectory. Man, these circles are horrible. But you know what I mean, guys? I think this is quite likely right now. Just sort of like, very similar to this environment here. But I would think, a nice pullback is needed. But I think a long-term bull market is quite likely. Again, we could continue parabolic, but I don't know. It's quite unlikely that we just continue parabolic straight to 20,000, guys. Don't you think that's a little bit unlikely? Right? Something like this would make a lot more sense. Getting a pullback, resetting, continuing up. Guys, I'm going to end the stream pretty soon, so definitely smash those likes. And subscribe if you haven't subscribed. Ghost Acosta, what is up, dude? Yeah, I'm going to give you the mod position because you have been here for a long time. I don't know how I don't know how you're not already a mod. Caretaker says gently crest the legs. Much appreciated, dude. Mike Ocean says, sup guys, just made a nice vet trade. I heard vet was pumping. XRP Andy, what is up, dude? What is up, dude? Thanks for going live, man. Could you check XRP? I'm going to end the stream soon, guys. I want to end it on this note. I do think that we're likely to pull back here, but we'll see. I mean, XRP, we are finding a bit of support here, guys. Critical support level. XRP does need to maintain this level. Extremely critical level for XRP in the short term. There's overall structure in general. But, I think something like this is the most likely scenario right now. I think it's unlikely that like, if we were going to continue parabolic, guys, like, this is what we would be doing this. And I don't think that that's really likely right now. I think something like this is a lot more likely, pulling back, testing 9,500, 10,000, getting a bounce, getting a nice reaction, maybe maintaining above the 10,000 level for a short period of time, breaking below 10,000, finding really good support, continuing on a long-term parabolic move. I think that would probably be the most likely scenario at the moment, guys. Bob D says nothing makes sense in crypto. This is trading at 11,800. We have no idea who even created it. Ghost Acosta says thanks, Kevin. No problem, dude. Guys, glad to have you all here. We got some new people too. Doug O says how to draw your parabolic lines. Do you just eyeball and drawing tool? Well, let's see. Let's just hop over to Binance chart. So, I mean, the way that I do it is I use CryptoWatch, cryptowat.ch. I go on the log, go to log, draw your trend line, draw your resistance line, eye it up, right? Just get your most consistent points lined up. And then you just go to linear if you want to see it as the parabolic trajectory. And there you go, guys. These nuts is CryptoWatch better than TradingView? In my opinion, it is. There's a lot of reasons why I use CryptoWatch over TradingView, but that is for another day. Big No Secret says, would love to know who to... Doesn't matter, guys. There's always going to be dislikers. Donald J. Trump says 25.8% drop off of 3,900 to 10,300. So we'll see, guys. We will see. This is a very interesting point, right? So right now, I'm going to end the stream, guys. I'm going to end the stream soon. So we're looking at, you know, the whole number 12,000 mark. If the bulls can get above 12,000, we could see some more momentum to the upside. We could even see a continuation to the upside, becoming even more parabolic if we can get above 12,000 and maintain above it, possibly. But you know, if we start trading sideways here and breaking down, and, you know, holding below this lower high, then I would say it's very likely that we would be actually doing something like this in the near term, guys. It would be doing something like this in the near term if we can't get above 12,000 and maintain above it. So on Binance, we are testing up to 12,000 right now. We will see, though, guys. We will see. So on Binance, we got rejected 12,200. And Coinbase rejected 12,100. Basically 12,000, though. It is that 12,000 mark, though, guys. We're going to see as Binance comes up to the 12,000 mark. If we can get past it, we get to rejected. I mean, personally, I'm leaning at this being a bit of a local top. Bit of a local top, in my opinion, is likely here, guys. But, you know, because if we break above 12,000, then we have a chance to find, you know, maybe a lower high around 13,000, maybe create more structure, continue up for the next move higher, possibly. But we will see, guys. All right, guys, I'm going to end the stream. So I appreciate you guys all tuning in, all 200 of you that were here. Much appreciated, guys. Yeah, definitely stay tuned for more live streams. I will be live streaming more often now. So, yeah, make sure to smash that subscribe button. Thank you to all the people that were here tuning in. Caretaker, Ghost. I can't give you guys all shout out. I really wish I could run through all of your guys' names, but I can't do that. Shout out to Jake B for the donation. Shout out to Cher Rude for the donation. Much appreciated, guys. All right, guys. I will see you all in the next live stream. Peace out, guys.